Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome you to this installment of MSCGS News. Today is September 21st. Lol, I just realized that.
Yep.
That it.
Do you remember?
Do you remember September 21st? I am Skeet, that is P, and we got some stories for you today. Okay. Well, Shaq's custom stretch Corvette, I think is the story we're going to start with tonight. So, Shaq, I mean, he needs no introduction. Obviously, DJ Diesel, world-renowned DJ, can't fit into normal small cars such as the Chevrolet Suburban. He needs effortless motors to apply a 20-inch stretch to a C8 Corvette to make it fit. And quite frankly, I need one to make it an extra cup holder.
Cup holder.
I need one with an extra cup holder, I think.
I need cup holder. The Smart 42 is coming back.
It is?
That's right.
Wow.
It's coming back.
I didn't know it was gone.
Yes. Well, it's been gone because they replaced it with the Smart number 1, which was supposed to be the Smart 42, but then it got bigger because I don't know. Now they're bringing back the Smart 42 in a 42 sized vehicle. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Smart 42 is, go look it up or stop listening, you uncultured bastard. But yeah, it's coming back as the Smart number 2. Yes, that's right. You can go take a in your smart car.
You can go take a shit in your smart car. They're making an off-road Chrysler Pacifica. Have you Chryslered your Pacifica recently? I sure have.
No, but I've Pacifica my Chrysler.
That's not good. You should get that checked out by a doctor.
Yeah.
Chrysler Peak Adventure released a concept called the Grizzly Peak Concept, which is an off-road variant of their Pacifica. This is funny, primarily because I legitimately think, unironically for a moment, that this if they made this, this would sell incredibly well. Because ridiculously overpriced off-roading stuff is like what millennials, which are the car buying age right now, are buying. They're not buying sports cars. They're not buying weird techie stuff. Quite frankly, I can't wait till I'm 30 years old. I think some new cars are actually going to be really cool at that point because I know Gen Z has better taste than millennials. But millennials are into this kind of stuff. Like, I can think of so many young family homes in my area that have lifted Sprinter vans parked outside next to a Chrysler Pacifica. And like those are the two family cars. And so I just can't fathom how a 2.8-inch lift on the front and a 2.5 lift inch on the rear with an added 31-inch set of BF Goodrich KO2 all-terrain tires along with a Rhino rack roof, auxiliary lightings, recovery boards, a full-size spare tire, and a roll-out awning would not be just a massive success. Maybe without the awning. That seems like a tacky concept that maybe is an option that I don't know. That one you could take or leave, but like the rest of it, just genuinely speaking, put this in WRC right now, it will dominate. GR Yaris who? What are you talking about?
Ford is hiring somebody to name cars. If you want to bring back legends such as the Ford Probe, you can go get a job at Ford because they are hiring a nomenclature specialist. Or sorry, nomenclature strategist. Why is it a strategy? They need strategy involved in the naming. It can't just be good. It must be strategic. So yeah, I don't even know, man. Um,
It must be strategy.
it must be strategy. So apparently, they're it's a high paying job. Holy crap! It's a leader level 6 job, which in Ford means the starting salary is somewhere between 112 and $212,000. But of course, if you want the job, they're looking for somebody who has 6 or more years in naming things. Yeah, I don't even know that. Apparently, the California Air Resources Board has effectively banned the Hellcat. specifically the Durango Hellcat and Durango RT 392. So any state that follows the California in whatever the CARB, California Air Resources Board regulations, you cannot buy one, which includes many other states. Apparently, 17 states said, yeah, California can make our emissions regulations. I can read the list if you want, but I don't really want to.
I mean, if you don't want to, I'm not going to force you. This is a democracy.
But it's California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, and Washington, D.C.
Oh, well, fuck you.
Mhm. It's not Illinois, though, so there you go.
It's not Illinois, folks. Recently, there's been an announcement that will change the face of the automotive industry. PSA Group and Fiat Chrysler Automotive have announced they're going to merge.
Whoa!
We know not yet how this is going to affect the wider automotive
Yeah,
industry,
literally
but
no clue. All I know is I have bought some shares.
I did too. I have a lot of faith that with the PSA technology and the brand strength under FCA, that I can't help but giggle saying that sentence, that this can only be positive. It may be a little iffy on Europe with all the brands, but I think especially in America, it can only be a positive.
It can only be a positive.
I mean, our president Joe Biden's probably going to cut him some tax benefits to also
And we all know
help.
Carlos Tavares will be a great leader for this company.
I mean, he's done so well with Peugeot, with PSA Group as an independent company. Like his first order of business was he bought Opel Vauxhall, which definitely made sense.
It made a lot of sense.
That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was actually his first decision in office. I could be making
The
that up, but
man
it's still, it
is an
makes so
unrivaled
much.
genius.
But it's like if you were at least gonna buy them, why didn't you just close them out? Like just get rid of the competition. Why'd you save Opel Vauxhall? Like, who cared about Ecotech?
No one knows. His genius is too hard to understand. It's just it's way beyond the levels of us. Let's not let's not pretend.
This genius. And another story that we're talking about all these mergers. So this is a merger of similar magnitude. It definitely feels the same, but it's much more on a national level in terms of Britain. And that, of course, is I'm talking about the merger of the Leyland Motor Group and British Motor Corporation, which I can't fathom will be anything but a great success like Stellantis. All those brands are just going to work so well together. All the technology of the Leyland Motor Group.
I can't wait to see the Mini of the
The
future.
Mini, the next generation Mini's gotta be around the corner. It's not just gonna be in production for 30 more years, and then BMW is gonna buy the trademark, and then they're just gonna
No.
make some and then that will be legitimately the first update. The Mini remained unchanged from 1965 to 2005.
You know, the GR Yaris has been a popular vehicle for Toyota over the last couple of years, but now they've recently decided that what they really need to do is make a Corolla variant of the GR Yaris. So they're taking that motor, that fantastic 1.5 liter inline 3, and they're putting it in the Corolla and they're turning it up to 11, bringing it up to 300 horsepower.
Wow.
Truly an impressive feat of engineering. I can't wait to see how that one's going to go.
Tractor mogul Ferruccio Lamborghini has recently announced he's going to be making cars. He made this decision after having a conversation about a Ferrari with Enzo Ferrari, where he refused to replace his gearbox. I mean, with only a history of making tractors, I can't fathom in any way, shape, or form that this car is going to be in any way good. But I mean, I'm always open to competition, so I'm excited to see what he does produce.
Carbon fiber manufacturer Horacio Pagani has decided he wants to get into the car building industry. With his many years of carbon manufacturing expertise, he's decided that he is the perfect man to build a carbon and titanium multi-material frame. He's come out with swinging with the Pagani Zonda, of course, having to start with a 6-liter Mercedes V12, which was truly glorious. But then, of course, I don't know. We'll have to see what comes next.
Henry Ford's Model T has been on sale for 20 years now, and people are really starting to wonder when he's going to innovate. We're on the third generation of Chevrolet since the advent of the Model T, and it's just beating it in every way, including price. But Henry Ford seems to be stuck in this mentality of if it doesn't break, don't fix it. And I really think it's dragging down his company. What do you think about this?
You know, I think he should really take some advice from Carl Benz. Just make something simple. Just,
Put the thing on the thing and then it
engine
thing.
on wheels.
Engine on the wheels and then it go.
Yeah.
We can figure out the brakes later. Unga Bunga has recently announced his invention of the wheel.
It's this thing to the wheel,
The wheel. Do we want to get into the biggest story now
I
of the
suppose.
week? So, I mean, do you want to launch into it or
I can launch into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. Both hosts of the famously unsuccessful car podcast CGS News have been tragically murdered. Their bodies were found in a 2003 BMW 3 Series in the Chicago Ship and Sanitary Canal south of 55th Street. Cause of death is uncertain at the moment, but signs indicate that they were murdered before dumped in the river. Ladies and gentlemen, that means you will hear from them no further.
I have to wonder what exactly murder means in this context because as far as I could see, I mean, it's obviously deliberately set up to look like a self-game ending. They were in their own car and they just from many perspectives it just looked like they drove into the river, but the part that the media is not telling you that other companies other than MSCGS would not tell you is, of course, that the side of the BMW had burn marks all along the side and melted plastic. Now, it's hard to tell what this is from, but car coroners, which are a thing, the car coroner have predicted that these look like the burn marks of none other than a Tesla Cybertruck explosion.
Well-known Tesla Cybertruck famously bursting into flames at any moment.
Yes. Including but not limited to on command of the CEO Elon Musk.
Yes. I mean, he has shown that he can shut down vehicles at will. What's stopping him from just simply making one explode?
He does, in fact, have a big red button that says explode car, and then he pushes it, and then it explodes the car he is thinking of in his mind. That's Cyberlink technology for you folks. This is what they want. This is what the liberals want for America.
This is what the liberals want for America. Famous liberal Elon Musk.
Famous liberal Elon Musk. But I have to tell you, folks, this really disappoints me because it has become socially acceptable in this day and age to just silence critics who go out of their way to innovate in not only storytelling and news telling and in the telling of just reading word for word off of other more reputable car publications, but it is specifically said in the loss of opinionated news telling because there are no podcasts ever, and they definitely didn't just consider ending the podcast because there were other podcasts that filled their place and immediately got more popular, and also the news got sad. It is because of murder, folks. It is because of the sad state of America. Listen, I think these fine folks were murdered in cold blood, and call me crazy for that prediction, by the way. I know it's not proven, and technically we could get sued for saying the word murder in this context, but just listen to me. I think that there is just so much want behind maintaining the status quo in the automotive industry. But you have to consider that the status quo is driving the automotive industry off a cliff. And soon there will be no manufacturing jobs left in the US to build these cars, and they will all be in China before the Chinese government collapses. and then we're gonna have absolutely nothing left. And you would think the way to fight this is through, tariffs, through isolating our industry to make sure it gets back to basics, and encouraging people to go work manufacturing jobs, and encouraging manufacturers to build factories in the US to, make everyone benefit each other. But the problem is that capitalism simply doesn't work that way. The only way to get the manufacturing jobs back is to promote socialism. The only way to do that is to elect Bernie. This is why they want to get you, they want to take your kids, they want to do all this, and everything is so much anger. These two were murdered in cold blood as a political assassination. The Renault Twingo is a symbol of socialism, and we must fly it on all the flags in the nation in order to take over the country as we need.
We have in the heavyweight category at 87 years old, Bernie Sanders. And in the other corner, I don't even remember, probably 86 years old, we have the orange man himself, Donald Trump. Anyway.
Long live the Renault Twingo nation. The socialist utopia we've all been promised. Long live American manufacturing. Long live the supercar. Long live V8. But at the same time, we care about global warming on this podcast. This is a pro-global warming podcast. Long live the nitrogen V8.
Oh,
that's
boy.
what I say. Nitrogen production. Nitrogen. This is the one thing that I'd really been trying to. Nitrogen. What? Hydrogen. This is the real one. This is the one thing I actually, if this podcast ever blew up in the time we were doing it, I actually, CGS News, and not I, but Joseph from the, or Scoot from the, not I. That I don't know who that is.
Dead. He's dead. So, I just like you had to, embody his spirit for a moment. I understand.
Car. This is the one thing I really wanted is hydrogen. Please, I understand it's so hard to produce in quantities, and that's why it's so expensive. But it'd be so
hard
much
to produce
fun.
in quantities because all of the buses in this town run on them now.
Well, then how? Then why are they? Why is it so expensive? Is it just price gouging? Socialism.
Hydrogen isn't expensive. First of all, hydrogen storing in a vehicle is difficult as long as the vehicle is small. That's the problem.
Isn't it like $100 a gas tank in a Toyota Arai, or is that propaganda?
It might be in California, but that's just because California is, California. But generally for like a bus company where they've set up their own supply chain, it's quite cheap for them.
The Yangwang U9 Extreme recently broke the production car record from, technically speaking, Koenigsegg Agera R at like 287. I don't have the numbers in front of me. So that's the official number, but more generally recognized, because of course we're discounting the SC because they cheated.
Yes. On accident.
Even though they did also then legitimately beat the number, and then but then everyone was like, no, but you don't count anymore. But so they generally recognized, though, is the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus at 304.8 miles per hour. Well, Yangwang, which is a subsidiary of BYD, and their U9, which of course is the supercar that jumps. I'm legitimately a fan of this car, by the way. Their extreme version hits 308 miles per hour, which of course does become the world's fastest production car. It does this being all electric.
Now, one thing I will say, it hasn't done the both ways thing that is usually required to do these kind of testing.
So it's still technically the Koenigsegg from 2017.
Yes.
That's very funny.
Yes.
2,978 brake horsepower for the regular car. Oh, double the regular car. I can't read. Which can spin at 30,000 RPM. What a way to write that. just use the RPM in a completely different context. I mean, technically, it is still how fast it's spinning, but we're talking about different kind of things spinning, so it's different.
The motor.
Motor. Listen, I get. Hold on, I should still finish the specs. Should I? Do I care?
No.
German race car driver Mark Bassinge. I've not even heard of him.
I haven't either.
No offense to you. I'm sure you're a great guy. Okay, that's like literally all the important information. I listen. I understand China and in automotive world, China equal bad, and I understand electric and also in electric world equal bad. But assuming they didn't commit at SSC, I just gotta say I've seen a lot of people dogging on this thing on the internet already. But as an electric car, which doesn't benefit from top speed, I can't see this as anything but a genuinely impressive record in motorsport technology, a genuine feat in car technology, and a genuine feat in like humanity.
Yeah.
And call me crazy, but the car still has a jump button. It does this all with the jump button. The Extreme may not have the jump button. Don't quote me on that. But as I fell in love with this car because it had a jump button, and now it has done this.
So, just a quick note about Mark Bessenge or Besseng. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He currently has an FIA silver license, and apparently he has set a lap record at the Nordschleife in Zonda R
Wow.
in 2010, and it appears that he may have won the Nürburgring 24-hour one time, but I can't confirm that. It's really hard to tell.
I find it fascinating you can't tell. Well,
I mean, you know how it is.
that's the end of this latest installment of MSCGS News, confirming that that is the end of the CGS podcast. But if the CGS podcast guys would want us to say anything at the end of this episode, it would be to go to subscribe to the Cars Go Scoot YouTube channel, because somehow from the grave they're still making episodes there. So even though there will be 0 more episodes of the podcast for the time being, wink wink nudge nudge, maybe confirming nothing, go there.
Yes.
That is about all we have to say, folks. Then I think they would also
Goodbye.
want to. I was about to say. I think they would also
Oh.
want us to say, if you're one of the 8 concurrent viewers for the past 5 years, they would probably want us to say thank you, genuinely, like really genuinely, like really wholesomely, like genuinely thank you.
Yes. I don't know why you stuck around this long, but epic.
Multiple people from Germany before you had a Germany adventure.
Incredible.
Or I think it was one person from Germany that was like a concurrent viewer. Shout out to all of you guys. There are many. You can Google different podcasts, a lot of them which are very funny. To do car news, and of course, CGS News very famously started because there was none of those.
Whatever you do, don't go to Doug's podcast. That's all I have to say.
I am an avid listener of Doug's podcast.
I'm protesting Doug.
What's the other one I like? They only
I don't
post like once every 2 months, but I want to make sure I shout them out. It's Intergalactic Bin Man's podcast, and it's on his channel. So if you look up Intergalactic Bin Man, you'll get to him.
What a name.
It's actually based off of a funny political character in Britain.
And ladies and
But he
gentlemen,
has.
that's all we have time for, because
But
Britain is hell.
I'm trying to shout out his podcast, Intergalactic Bin Man, the hot air outtake. He's done like 8 episodes so far. It's only like once every 2 to 3 months, but it's like a 3-hour episode. So like it balances out.
Very cool. All right. Well, with that, it's time to end.
Goodbye. So, uh hold on. I was gonna tell you something that we can cut out as well. I never told you this. I'm gonna edit the out of this, and this is also gonna be a YouTube video.
I kind of figured
Um, but so, like, the part I'm saying right now is gonna be cut out. If you wanna say something that will be for sure cut out, say it right now.
And then you just leave it all in?
Yes, that was gonna be the joke.